Hey guys, it's Seda here, Gourmet Next Door. I have a killer recipe for you tonight and I'm so excited to share it with you. If you can see this beauty, maybe you can guess what we're making. But I've been craving, I don't know what's the fascination with Italian food these days, but I love Italian food. But we are going to be making a cauliflower pizza. Yes, you heard me. This magic, amazing, beautiful, wonderful ingredient as our pizza crust. That I want to show you my ingredients briefly. So we have a medium head of cauliflower here, fresh. I got some basil. I got some olive oil. I have good old tomato sauce, no sugar added. I got some cream cheese. I have mozzarella di bufala, okay? I'm gonna make a Margherita pizza because this is actually my favorite pizza in the whole world. It's simple, it's to the point. I got 1 egg, and then I have some spices. So I have herbs de Provence. You can use also oregano, something like that. That would be really nice. I'm gonna use a little bit garlic powder, and of course my favorite crushed chilies. Now the one other thing you wanna make sure you have on hand is a clean kitchen towel. This is going to be handy and you'll see why in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and start the recipe with our star. Have I mentioned cauliflower is a really underrated vegetable? It's so good for you. So the first thing we're gonna do is actually take this cauliflower apart. I haven't washed this yet. I'm gonna go ahead and basically break it down to florets. Guys, as I'm cleaning the cauliflower, I have a big pot of water on high heat here. I want this water to come to boil because what we will do, the first thing is we will go ahead and steam or cook this cauliflower until it's tender. So what you want to do is go with your sharp knife. You can use a smaller knife if you want. And I just want to cut through the florets like this, okay? So you get nice, good pieces of cauliflower. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop these in my bowl because as I mentioned, I'm gonna give them a nice wash. Done. So our florets are looking nice and gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a nice wash. So our cauliflower is nice and clean. So now is the time to drop them into the boiling water. Now, if you have a steamer, feel free and steam the cauliflower, it's fine. I don't have a steamer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in boiling water very carefully. You don't want to burn yourself. So just go in, drop the florets, and we are going to let them cook, as I said, until they become fork tender. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on this pot, but I'm gonna leave it a little bit like this, okay? I don't know how to say it, tilt it, so the moisture can escape a little bit and it doesn't overflow. As we wait for our cauliflower to get softer, I want to show you the equipment because this is very important. You're going to need a good food processor. The reason why we cook the cauliflower ahead of time is in cauliflower there's a huge amount of moisture, water. So what we need to do is we need to squeeze out the moisture before we put this into our pizza crust. Honestly, personally, I prefer my pizza crispy. Crispy, crispy, crispy. So to get crispy, we are really gonna use our muscles tonight, and that's why you need a dish towel. A nice clean dish towel, a thin one, so you can actually squeeze the water. Now, when the cauliflower is raw completely, you can still do the ricing here, but it's so much harder, trust me, to squeeze the water out of the cauliflower. So this cooking helps the cauliflower relax, release all this water and moisture. So when it comes to doing this and squeezing out the moisture, it's so much easier. The only thing, of course, you have to do is you need to wait until the cauliflower is cooled off, otherwise you're gonna burn your hands. And please, people, don't sue me because I told you, and I can say, I told you so. So guys, I know we're in the kitchen, but I wanna show you my sous chef. This is Bruno. Nice to meet you, people. You're amazing. Thanks for supporting my mom's channel. Yeah, this is my beautiful Bruno. And lots of people love pizza, to be honest. But again, it's very high in carbs. So I was thinking, how can we work around this? And you know, cauliflower pizza crust has been really popular. It's been trending. And I tried many times, but it was really not hitting the point. So it wasn't even worth the effort, because you will see it's a bit labor intensive, but once you do it, it's so well worth it. The cauliflower is done, it's fork tender. Now is the time to get our food processor involved. So let's move this over here. Now, when you're working in the kitchen, one tip I really like to share with you is don't put the handle like this, because this way you can knock it over, okay? Always try to position your handles parallel to your counter. It's just a little safety tip, because that's very important, right, these days, staying safe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer the florets into my food processor. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. Now, when you are processing hot stuff like this, make sure you open this top so you let the steam escape as it's processing. Otherwise, you risk the fact that it can kind of blow up, and you don't want that in the kitchen. So, I am going to go ahead and use my kitchen towel, okay? And now it's time to process this. Again, we're gonna pulse it until it becomes like rice texture. So we're pulsing the cauliflower. Pulsing. So again, the texture we're looking for is rice-like. So I am pretty happy with what I see, and I'm gonna show you this in a second. Can you guys see this texture? That's exactly what we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and now put this mixture back in my bowl, because it needs to further cool before I can actually squeeze the water. At this point, you can give the cauliflower a little hand by putting it in the fridge, and then it will cool down faster. Okay, so I just realized now that I wasn't actually shooting the next part. So you missed a little bit. Let me catch you up. So what I've done is I have taken the bowl out of the fridge, which was cooled down, and then I essentially put all the cauliflower in this kitchen towel that's nice and clean and thin. Next thing I did is I was showing how much water is actually coming out of the cauliflower. And you know, I was really making a show, so you guys missed that. Okay, so now let's continue with the squeezing. I mean, I squeezed most of the water out of the cauliflower, so I'm not sure what you're gonna see, but still, you know, there's some water coming out. I think you can see that. It's really hard work on the arms, to be honest, but the end result is gonna be that crispy slice of pizza that I'm dying to have. You know, just squeezing this water, whatever's gonna help you squeeze this water, do it. Now, I was also giving some tips on the toppings. Oh, I need a break. It's so much hard work. Now, the crust will cook a good, I would say, 45 minutes. The reason for that is whatever you do here, the oven is gonna do most of the drying. So you need to keep the temperature at 200, but you need to cook it for about 45 minutes to make sure that the crust is nice and crispy. Okay, so we are done with our cauliflower. It's all squeezed out. So I just turned on my oven. The oven temperature is set at 200 degrees, so it has to be a preheated oven. And I took my oven tray. So now I have a new bowl here. And there goes Bruno. Yeah, he's really happy today. He's just playing and grabbing my everything in the kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and carefully unroll this towel. And you see how dry this beautiful dough is? So into my cauliflower, it's time to add some amazing things. The first thing I'm gonna add is 1 egg. Egg is of course a binder. I'm gonna add a little bit salt. And I'm going to go ahead and add some cream cheese. It's about a 1/3 cup of cream cheese. That's about it. So 1/3 cup goes in. Now is the time to add the seasonings. I'm gonna go ahead and add some garlic powder. Little garlic never hurt anybody. Some herbs de Provence. That smells like Italy right there. That's about it. So now, I just want to show you this. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice stir. So this is ready now to be placed on parchment paper. I'm going to put the dough here, and then what I will go ahead and do is shape it in the pizza shape. I'm gonna go for about a 1/4 inch thick pizza because again, the thicker it is, the softer it will become. So I want it really thin and crispy, and then it will go like this into the oven tray. It will cook like this for about half an hour, and then I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over onto the baking sheet without parchment, because at that moment it's not going to stick anymore. Let's go ahead and put our dough. Just make a mountain of it, and then use the spoon to give you a bit of direction. So roll it out to, again, a 1/4 inch thick. You want to make sure it's uniform and it actually looks like a crust. Now, I'm done with the spoon and I'm going to give this a try. So delicious. Place my pizza onto the oven tray without actually making a mess. So we lift it up and we place it like this. That is it. So my oven is ready. This is going in for 30 minutes. So I'm prepping my toppings now, because as soon as that cauliflower pizza is brown on both sides, we are going to load it up. So what I have here is the mozzarella de bufala. Now this comes in a wet format, so make sure you wash it and then you paper towel it. So again, you take out the moisture. I got my tomato sauce here, my basil, olive oil. I'm just gonna finish with those things. I don't wanna cook them at all. Guys, the pizza crust is all baked, ready to go for the toppings. First thing I'm gonna do is put my tomato sauce. So, take the tomato sauce and just spread it around. Again, make sure you're not making the pizza crust really wet. So just put enough amount for the cheese to go on top, but don't overload it. And this mozzarella will melt in the oven and it's gonna be nice and beautiful. That's it, guys. So now the pizza's ready. Again, the basil and the olive oil is gonna be the finishing touch. So I'm gonna put this back in the oven for only 5 minutes until the cheese melts. The pizza's almost done. It's so difficult to wait. What to do in this meantime? Daydreaming? Guys, I wanna show you my pizza. How good does that look? And it smells insane, wow. The pizza's here cooling off a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it with a little salt. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle a little olive oil. A little bit, not too much again. Then I'm gonna put some basil. Basil is so fragrant and beautiful. Wow, once that basil hits the heat, it smells insanely good in this kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and add my crushed peppers. Here is my cauliflower pizza, Margherita. I cannot wait to taste this one more second. Oh my God, it's been a long time. I'm not even gonna put the effort to put this on a plate because I wanna go into it right now. So I will go ahead and give it a cut. Guys, I want to show you this. Look at this. It's not bad, right? Imagining we only made it from a vegetable. Again, normal pizza is gonna do this, right? But this is the low-carb version. And I have no complaints because I know the taste is gonna be awesome. So I'm going in. Let's fold it. This is so incredibly good. You will not believe the magic power of a cauliflower. Again, give this vegetable a try, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay home, and eat more pizza.